Hello guys, welcome to another great Knuckle Justice review show. And today we're going over the Dishwasher Dead Samurai with a follow-up video for the Dishwasher Vampire Smile. They're available on Xbox Live Arcade, both made by Ska Studios and James Silva, made with the XNA framework, Microsoft's video game building framework. And if you're on the fence for buying this title, and you've seen it and you think you might like it, I'm hoping this review will help you decide. As far as independent games go, it is definitely one of the best I've seen, and it is definitely worth the money. Right now for gold members, Vampire Smile is just 400 points, whereas the original is still 800. The story of the Dishwasher Dead Samurai is told in a comic book fashion, and it's really fitting for the game, because the game all the way through is a real artistic style, a new style kind of a game. All the sprites are obviously hand-drawn, even the background is hand-drawn and put into the game. It's even left with basic colors. The main character there is just black and white. Hand-drawn black and white, and there's red and black are the main themes as far as the colors go. Each sprite was hand-drawn, each weapon hand-drawn, and a lot of work went into that. As far as it goes with the industry standard, the graphics really don't hold up for most games, even 2D scroller games. You know, it is an independent title and one person did it. You have to kind of rate it with all the games on the market, otherwise the rating really is meaningless. So the graphics for the Dead Samurai, they really get a thumbs down from me. Now the sound is a different story from the graphics. Even most games that are made by a large company and have a lot of people working on them don't match the sound of the Dead Samurai. All the swooshes and moves, they all fit with the character very well. But on top of that, there's music played throughout the game that was also made by James Silva, and just a couple other people are in the credits titled for that, for the music. But it is awesome music. Even some of the music was put into a soundtrack after the game was made, and it sold on iTunes, and it sold throughout the internet services. So if that says anything to how good the music is, you know, it's pretty good. So the sound on there is just amazing, especially for an independent video game maker. And as an arcade title goes, it raises the bar. It raises the bar as far as sound goes. Here's a little snippet. You get to play guitar tracks throughout the game. It's actually part of the game. Oh yeah. I found myself searching YouTube just for songs from this game to listen to. They're just that good. So, check them out. Then we have the control set. The move set and the mechanics of the game flow very, very well. It's easy to control. Of course, it's a 2D side scroller, so you would expect that just a couple buttons, and that's what you have. You have one button for your basic attack, and then a strong attack. But the combos that you can go through with just those two buttons are incredible. Plus, you get extra weapons throughout the game, and you can level them up. All the weapons can be leveled up throughout the game, and then you get more combos, longer combos, and just more brutal attacks. And there's finishers at the end, so if you see a button above your enemy's head, you can finish them off with a brutal kill, and messy kills and clean kills. And it really adds to the play of the game to make it that much more fun. And it actually gets real addictive, and you want to see what you can do next when you level it up next. And this is how you level it up. You just purchase your level ups right here. And as the weapons get stronger, you get longer combos, better combos, and just more ways to dismantle your enemies. And you have simple things like being able to run up the wall that add to the fun of the game too. You can run up the wall, dodge, and roll, and there's a sword you get later on where you can kind of teleport to travel with it. But all these little simple control things that add to it and just make it where you can do so much with just the 2D side scroller. The action gets pretty frantic, and you need all the dodging and the combos to really pull it off to even get through the levels, because the game does have a fairly high level on hardness, but it just makes it that much more fun. So the control scheme works very well with it. It makes it where you can compete even though the game is pretty tough at times. And the more and more enemies you get, the more you can make use of the teleporting and the dodging. And the real simple scheme of it just works so well that it makes it very addictive to keep playing and keep trying to see what you can do next and see what happens next when you level things up. And some of the combos are pretty extensive. You can just go at it. You can start on the ground and then end up in the air finishing combos, and the point multiplier just keeps going up with that. I really don't think he could have done much of a better job getting the control scheme going. And as the varied weapons come out, you get John Woo style moves. Later on you get guns, which you can slide across the floor while you're shooting the guns, or slide down the walls while shooting, and then you can switch up weapons in the middle of a combo and keep comboing. So I don't know, I haven't seen too many 2D side-scrollers that really just pack such a nice package in with the control scheme. And it really makes it fun. And as you get better and better, you really get the Samarai feel of it. You know, you just get going, and it works very well with it. So the control scheme is getting a definite thumbs up. The fun factor is on so many levels with Dishwasher Dead Samurai. You have the comic strips telling the story, and it's a goth, dark type story, but it gets you involved, and it works for it. It really gets you into it. But also the control scheme, which is so simple, but to play with it's simple, but to master it takes a while. And once you get good, you can really feel it. You start getting into the flow of the game, and you can just feel it. You get more and more enemies against you, and you get where at first you're dying often, but once you get into it, you really get where you can take out just hordes of enemies, rooms of enemies, especially as you level up the weapons and get more and more combos and things like that. And it really adds to the fun of the game. You can feel the heart put into the game with all the little things added as the extra weapons come along and the little combos. And it just works out very well for the game. So the fun of the game is up there. It definitely gets a thumbs up. There's a Samurai hardness level. Once you beat the regular level, it's even harder, and the game is hard. It does have a good hardness level on it, and that's a good thing, because as you get better and better at it, you really want that challenge, and you get little things as you beat those challenges. If you beat the regular game, you get a kimono your character wears, and if you beat Samurai level, you get a hat, and you get the hat achievement, which is hard to get, and is something you can brag about if you do get, because it's tough. But as you get better playing the game, you'll get where you can beat that achievement and get it. And that's one good thing that does add to the fun of the game, is that you actually get better. It's not just leveling up your weapons and getting everything stronger that makes it to where you can get better at the game. You actually get better as you play it, and you get the real Samurai feel going. And you start off, you die pretty often, but then eventually you get where you're just taking out whole rooms of enemies, and it's not really that you level everything up, it's just more that you do get better playing, and it works out really well. I loved it. I played through it I don't know how many times. So fun is a definite thumbs up, no question. And here's one of the weapons you get. One of the first ones you get is the sword, and it makes it where you can teleport around. And there's other weapons. You get chainsaw and guns and commas and everything. So it's a lot of fun. So there it is, the Dishwasher Dead Samurai. It gets 3 thumbs up and a thumbs down for graphics, just because it doesn't match industry standards.